How's it going, folks? It's Amiibo Jason here, once again, with another installment of the Nintendo Wiretap. This time for February 26th, 2018. Let's get into the news. Coming in at number 1 today, my personal favorite story of the day, a Donkey Kong game that was lost for 30 years makes its way online. Donkey Kong 3 is something of a forgotten gem in the Donkey Kong series. The game's protagonist, Stanley, hasn't really been seen outside of Super Smash Bros. Trophies, and the premise doesn't exactly fit with previous Donkey Kong games. Rather than climbing obstacles to rescue somebody, Stanley only jumps up a series of platforms, using bug spray to protect his garden from all manner of bugs and, of course, Donkey Kong. Now, back in 1984, Nintendo licensed Donkey Kong 3 alongside other games to developer Hudson Soft, who created officially licensed versions of them to be released on Japanese PCs. Plenty of other games have found their way on the internet over the years, but Donkey Kong 3 never showed up until now. Some very dedicated fans found a Japanese online auction for a floppy disk copy of Donkey Kong 3 back in December, and proceeded to pull their money together in order to win it. After all was said and done, the copy of the game ended up costing 44,500 yen, or about $420. Like any good fan group, they were looking out for the good of the entire world and dumped the disc online, creating a version of the game playable on emulated versions of the Sharp X1 computer. The game itself is only loosely based on Donkey Kong 3, so it's not a direct port. Rather, it's more like a sequel or a spin-off. Donkey Kong 3, The Great Counterattack, still features Stanley and Donkey Kong, but the platforms, gardens, and greenhouses are all gone. Now, the goal this time around was to stop a parachuting Donkey Kong from reaching the ground while killing the same insect enemies that you saw in the original Donkey Kong 3. The game has a number of locations that weren't in the original game as well, like a highway, space, in front of some aliens. There are 20 stages in total, which fans are already diving deep into. Now, what do you guys think about this? If you know anything about me, I am a huge Donkey Kong fan. I have a full-sized Donkey Kong arcade cabinet in my office. I play it quite a bit, so anything Donkey Kong related makes me incredibly excited, but what do you guys think about this? It's very weird, I'll give you that, but it's definitely a piece of Nintendo history that I'm glad made its way online. Finally today, HAL Laboratories' first mobile game, Time UFO, is now out in North America. Back in November, Kirby and Box Boy creators HAL Laboratories released their first mobile game on the Japanese market, Working UFO. Now the game has finally made its way overseas and to multiple territories with the new name Time UFO. The game is essentially a puzzle-oriented crane game as you fish, stack objects, and more to get paid. You can grab Time UFO for $3.99 on both Google Play and iTunes right now. And that's going to wrap up today's installment of the Nintendo Wiretap, again for February 26th, 2018. Once again, we want to thank our amazing Patreon supporters for helping make this show a reality. Now, if you want to sponsor an episode of the Nintendo Wiretap or be a producer, you can find us on Patreon at the link down below, or clicking the image of Patreon on the screen right now. Thanks, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye.